All right, what's going on? It's Bobby Skinner, Giants Nation Show, doing another film breakdown on Jaxson Dart. This time versus Georgia Southern, where he threw for 380 yards, 4 touchdowns, and a pick. Game 4 of the season. So, after this, we start to get into SEC schedule. Really good game against a weak opponent, and we're going to get into it. Again, these lower schools, the quality of the film isn't as great. But again, you'll be able to see what we do. And again, I'm really excited about this series because I genuinely think it's cool to you're going to get to say you watched every single Jaxson Dart throw on all 22 by the end of this. So make sure to like and subscribe as we get into the SEC next week. All right, first play, keep it simple. We're going to use this short motion. We're going to RPO slant. Bing, bang, boom. Puts it on him. Again, that play action RPO, we pull up these linebackers. They're in man coverage. It's easy money. Even though our left tackle gets beat really badly. So you take a hit, but you put it on Trey Harris, and he adds a whole lot of yards. There we go. Right on him. Let's get that. Again, look at the separation that Trey Harris gets on this. Come on. All right, so next play, we're going to throw a touchdown pass on this play action Yankee concept with the deep post and an over route. Right, we're going to have the deep post here with Juice Wells. We're going to have the over right here, and then this receiver's running, or the over right here, excuse me. Dart's going to take the post. We get it versus man coverage, touchdown. All right, so let's break it down. Usually, this is an under center concept in the NFL, right? So you got to snap your head and turn it around, but this is something that the Giants run quite often, especially when they get their run game and play action. But you're essentially against man coverage. You're reading this one player right here, and if this player pulls up with the run like this, then you're gonna throw the deep post. Now the over route is there. And I don't think it'd be wrong to take that. But I do like, especially early game, right, to help open up the over. If that safety doesn't stay true, let's take a shot. Now, again, that safety is not the fastest safety in the world. So maybe different with if this is, prime Eddie Jackson. But still, reading it, you're reading the safety. He's not there. Step up in the pocket. Pull the trigger. If we wanted to throw the over, we could have thrown the over, but we throw the post. And again, this is not just like a nice throw. This is on the money. Juice Wells does not have to break stride, right over the shoulder. This is perfect placement on a throw. Right? We could talk about competition, but that is perfect placement on the throw. So Ole Miss scores a touchdown. Georgia Southern fumbles the ball, so we get the ball deep in, at the 7-yard line. So first play, we're going to do play action boot. Tight end's going to work into the flat. Right, we've seen them run that concept time and time again through 4 games now, right, where you try and work the rub. Instead, this corner plays it. I really haven't liked this. I know they scored a touchdown versus Furman, but this play really has not done them anything to be proud of. It's gained 1, 2, 3 yards. Maybe if you're at the 1-yard line, you can run it. But, maybe we will see this. Maybe we start turning this into more of a rub and a slant or something. Because defenses sure are picking up on it. If the defensive coordinator at Georgia Southern's picking up on it, the defensive coordinator at UF is going to pick up on it. Next play, let me fast forward. We have this QB split zone, which you don't really ever see that, right? This is true just split zone run. I don't think I've ever seen that in the NFL. Their run stuff for 57 does a damn good job, and they end up getting the stop. So next play, we got 3rd and goal, right? Take advantage of this. Pretty piss poor route running by all guys, right? We run all curls versus cover 1. And we end up throwing this ball to the running back who, cut blocks. It ends up incomplete. Let's go across the board again against man coverage. Juice Wells. Nothing. think that's Watkins. I mean, nothing. Tight end. I mean, sell something. Use a push off something. I mean, you're just making it easy for him. Up here, playing too much. Get jammed up. Nowhere for Dart to go. Again, they send they send a 6-man pressure on this. So I mean, there's nowhere Dart's. You don't want him going out of the back of the pocket on here. I mean, just good. Try and keep it alive. Get that ball to your back. It obviously skips off the ground, but I like the instincts. And again, at least he didn't force a throw, because that would have been the wrong decision down here in the red zone. All right, next drive. This ends up being a long touchdown drive. First play, we're going to get a 6-man pressure cover 1. We're going to run all curls, and we're going to throw that curl out on the outside. Pretty simple. All right, we got the pressure dialed up. We got man coverage. This is your matchup. Pre-snap, he's the one with the most cushion, or, same amount of cushion as this side. Shorter throw and better receiver, and Trey Harrison running those curls. Bam, easy money. Get yourself a first down. Yeah, no, we're going there. Get it. Bam. Next play, we're going to run sail, right? Teams are starting to pick up on that sail concept a little bit. Because, let me fast forward to this play. They're starting to sag off with their outside corner, right? So we're going to have the vertical, the sail. Watch this outside corner, the way he sags off on this. This is a cover 3, so he's playing a zone. And watch his eyes on the QB. Eyes on the QB. Bam, squat on it and lay a hit. Incomplete. So again, Dart's been really good at this. This is the read, right? This is the read right here. And if you're not throwing this, you're throwing it down here. You got 2 players who are going to rally, and you probably don't get very many yards unless you get some nice yak and some broken tackles. In the NFL, that's not going to be as likely. So this is the right read, and this is where, if teams are doing this, then you work off of it. You can add, instead of having this receiver back here just standing, we could bring him a little closer to the formation and run a dig, right? And then we throw that ball over here. But again, you're reading off this player. You also have to read this player, right? Make sure he's not sagging off on that, or playing soft enough on that to where he can cut that off. But you have to read this corner's eyes. And you get your receiver lit up, right? So it's tough to critique. Again, I would like to have that other receiver lined up right here, and then have him running a dig. That way, when that corner is looking off, we can throw a dig right here. But instead, we force it. Ball ends up a little high too. Right, we got to slow down and jump for it, and just get our receiver crushed. Next play, we get a couple of run plays. Get a couple of run plays. They're going to be in a cover 4 deep zone. Ole Miss is running 4 verts, but on the outside they turn them into curls because of the soft coverage. Dart reads that, gets it out to Juice Wells on time. Good stuff. Don't need to spend too much time on that. Right, defense is not on the field, not set. Get that ball out there. Let Juice get an extra few yards. Next play by Dart, QB draw. Let's run over the safety. So we run this QB draw. All right, we're good. We're here, and we just ducking our shoulder. We'll see how that flies to the next level, and not against Georgia Southern, but it does fly here, and you embarrass number 6 and put it on your highlight tape. Next play, We're going to run QB counter. 3rd and 1. Fake toss. Our guard whiffs on the kickout block. Tight end's on the lead block. He doesn't hit anybody, but we got enough space to get in there and make a play. Next play, we're going to run a push pass. That counts as a completion. We get some yards. Not that many. Trey Harris gets hit. 2nd down. Next play. Or next play for Dart. So there was some type of penalty, and you have the 2nd and goal from the 22. So we're going to run this wrap concept up top, and they're in cover 2. Again, Georgia Southern, pretty damn aggressive in the way they call their defense and their man coverage. But you have cover 2 here. And what Dart's reading is, this wrap concept. So you get it versus cover 2. So the choice is going to be bracketed. And then you look to the back of this, and Dart sees when he looks for this dig right here that this is a pure cover 2 where the outside corner, the safeties are playing these outside receivers the way they should, and you just have the middle of the field open, right? This is no Tampa 2, right? You would think that this player is going to play with depth to not give you this easy touchdown here, but instead he starts at depth and gets aggressive. I don't know why or for what, right? Are we? I mean, the running back block and release. That's what we're trying to cut off. I don't know what we're doing here, but regardless, good on Dart seeing it and pulling the trigger on it and get himself a nice easy touchdown. Again, you're going to see his eyes, right? We're looking for that wrap concept, and it's going to be there eventually. Right, like he can hit this wrap concept, but we have to see what this defender that we looked at pre-snap, what is he doing? Right, is he going to work to close in this window? Instead, he works out here for what reason we don't know why, and you get yourself a nice easy touchdown. This next drive drives me nuts the way it ends, but let's go through it. First play, we're going to throw this little hitch against the zone coverage. Underneath. Again, pretty simple. These linebackers move with the action. Hit it. Easy. Move on to the next play. All right, you read those linebackers. Bam. Get a run play in there. Whoops. Oh, yeah, this is a false start. Excuse me, not a run play. All right, so 1st and 15. We're going to run like these all curls, about 8 yards. Again, Georgia Southern gets aggressive in their man coverage on it, right? We're not backing out really as a corner, right? We take that drop step, but we're not really giving you that space. And I think Dart misses this on purpose, possibly, right? Because you get this against man coverage and not cover 3. Either way, it's outside. I think that may have been on purpose, being like we don't have any options of anywhere to go. So you throw it outside, or he was looking for that perfect timing and just flat out missed it. This film doesn't pan over as fast as others do. Next play. Good awareness for Dart on this one, right? We're going to run that play action leak, right? Remember that play, the post, and then this leak, right? Where you're trying to, again, most teams do it with the tight end, but the Ole Miss does it with their slot receiver, where you're running this play action. You're trying to get the defense moving this way, and then you're trying to, against cover 3, get this receiver to work all the way through this traffic and then be wide open over here against zone. Unfortunately for Ole Miss and Jaxson Dart, they get it versus man coverage. Right, so this is not an option. There's no options here except for to throw it. And then Dart gets pressure. Dart does a good job evading that guy and then rushing for 12 yards. Again, we've got this We've got this initial pressure. Get 12 yards out of it. Good stuff. Next play. This is the third down, 3rd and 3 that this drive ends on, and it drives me nuts. So we get into this this bunch formation, and we're going to run a trail concept with the slant, the angle, and then a clear, basically a rub from number 8. And this is, again, 3rd and 3, and this is a fully predetermined throw. All right, so what we're expecting here is we're expecting this linebacker to be occupied with number 11, Jordan Watkins. They're expecting the tight end to do what he does. You get this stacked alignment, right, to clear this out and also make it hard for 12 to have this angle. And then we get an easy slant here, right? That's what we're expecting, right? Pre-snap, that's what you're expecting. But we're just not even checking. We're not checking what the defense does post-snap at all. We are just predetermining this throw. And the read defender truly on this is this player right here. And immediately he declares, right? He knows there's a bunch formation out there. He immediately declares, right? As soon as, if you're reading the defense post-snap, once you see this player move, hit this. Hit the shallow. Now, he's running too fast on this, and he's not able to sit versus zone, so I'm not even sure that would work. But we are just fully predetermining where we're going with this. All right, you can even, even if you're not going to hit the shallow, try and second window this. Again, I'm not even saying it would be successful but we are fully predetermining where we're going with that throw on a 3rd and 3 at your own 30. I mean, there's no second thoughts of where we're going. We are snap, drop back, throw. And it allows this linebacker to get his hands on the ball. Or if this linebacker was a little more aggressive or, had a little more juice to actually get off the ground with this is more than a pass breakup. Again, we're totally predetermining throws. That being said, the Ole Miss gets the ball back, and guess what we're going to do? First, we're going to hand the ball off, fast forward through that. And then next play, we're going to start, if they're going to start playing this cover 1 man coverage, we're going to RPO vertical this. And we're going to get touchdowns. Right, so we're going to, you want to get aggressive with Trey Harris? All right, cool. We're going to RPO this. And we're going to throw in the vertical plane, and we're going to put dimes for a Trey Harris touchdown. Easy money. Again, you're gonna play press coverage, man coverage on Trey Harris, Georgia Southern. All right, we're gonna pull that ball. We're not gonna hand it off. We know we don't have that safety help over the top, and we're gonna get ourselves an Ole Miss touchdown. Next drive ends in a turnover on downs. First play, we got the free access hitch down here at the bottom. No, actually, first play is the run play. Excuse me. Second play, free access hitch. You see it, you saw it. Let's fast forward. Next play, we got play action, like a form of four verts versus cover 2 man. And we're going to have the outside receivers curl. Right, so this outside receiver is going to curl. We get it versus man coverage. Once we see this slot receivers in man coverage, this corner's playing off. Juice Wells is taught to turn this into a curl. If he was facing against press, he'd make that a vertical. But you get it versus off coverage. We're going to turn that into a curl. We're there. Nice, easy pitch and catch. Again, you could say, because you see the way that Juice Wells is kind of waiting on this ball, right? Like he's made his break and the ball's not out. I'm like, oh, Dart's late on that. But I think that's more a product of this, right? This fake toss, then being able to set your feet. Again, maybe he gets a tick out earlier. But I think that's more that's more a result of what they're doing with this fake toss, right? This isn't just a straight drop back, right? So like this ball could, in reality, if we don't do this fake toss, which doesn't make much difference on the play, let's rewind. If we don't throw this fake toss, Dart's throwing the ball's getting out now. Instead, it's another 3/4 of a second. Now it works against Georgia Southern playing that off coverage. And this is, again, some of the differences between the Ole Miss offense and what we're going to get in the NFL. We're probably not going to pair curl routes with a fake shotgun toss. Next play, we're going to throw a smoke up top. You see it, saw it, fast forward. Next play, free access hitch down here at the bottom. We miss on this one. So we're not getting our feet into this throw at all, right? I'll show it from the other angle. And we just miss high and outside. Watch how we never really get into this throw. We fake this handoff. Our feet never move. Our feet really, we drop that right foot back, but we're really not getting that front foot into the throw. Ends up in a miss. So next play, we got 4th and 6. We're going to go for it. Or sorry, no, this is... Oh yeah, this is a handoff. Sorry, some of this film I have like cut up as his throws, and some of it just a raw game. So I'm like, next play, and then it's actually not the next play. So next play is the 4th and 6. Right? They get in this, this fire zone, cover zero-ish look with the safety over the top. Like, who are we going to send? Right? Basically, pre-snap, you have to realize you got to get this ball out quick. And where is your isolation going to be? Where are you going to know that you're going to get a one-on-one? Right? We could look down here, but you have all these linebackers. They may back out into this. So where's your best chance of getting a one-on-one? It's going to be on the vertical plane. Unfortunately, we just miss on this throw, but it's the right read here. Right? And they end up just backing out into, a cover one blitz. Right? We just got straight man coverage. So if we had guessed down here at the bottom, we would probably have a first down. But again, they can drop all these guys back into this zone. Let's say they drop the end, drop this backer, and play like a man coverage on. There's so many different things they could do where this is where you're going to go hot. This is going to be your hot route. We just got to hit it. Throw that to the back shoulder. Instead, it's high and away. And we end up having to, just turn over the ball on downs. Next play is end of the half, right? 32 seconds left. We'll go kind of quickly versus this. They're in this 3-deep prevent zone, right? We run that wrap concept. Just throw the underneath. Get the yards that you can get. Cool. I actually am going to critique the next throw, though. Right? We don't need to spend much time on this one. So they're in that same 3-deep prevent zone. We run a smash concept. So we're going to have the high, right, with the flag, corner, and then the low. Throw it, man. Like high, low, be aggressive. Right? This is that time to be aggressive. I mean, this is as clear of a read. I mean, we've got this safety at 25 yards of depth. We have this corner not even trying to play a two-man game, is just sitting there flat-footed. Throw this, right? It's there. Throw it. And then you might actually get yourself a chance at an extra 3 points on the board. Instead, we miss the low. It's there, man. Throw that. I don't know why we're not. I think it's kind of pre-snap, just expecting them to sag off in that zone. And then once you realize it's too late, but throw that. Next play, they're going to hand it off. Fast forward. It's always nice to get some free rushing yards like this. If you're, Matt Jones, the running back. and then they're going to throw smoke, or we're going to spike it, and then we're going to throw this smoke with 3 seconds left, and it's going to end up ending the half because we don't get out of bounds in time. So, and that's the end of the half. All right, let's get some touchdown drives going. I think we got 3 touchdown drives in a row before we get to an interception drive. First play, we're going to use this orbit motion. And we're going to run sail. All right, high, sail, low. Georgia Southern sends pressure on this, right? So they've only got 5 deep. They got this middle field defender, so it's pretty easy decision for Dart. Throw the underneath. Let Jordan Watkins get whatever yards are available to him. Pretty simple, right? We're not hitting that sail. They've matched up on that. Get it? Simple. Next play. Free access hitch on the bottom. Actually, let me fast forward. Free access hitch here on the bottom. See it, saw it, fast forward it. Next play. This ends up being a touchdown that gets called back. It's this. Excuse me. This back shoulder to Trey Harris. And this is good placement, right? So we're here to, break down Dart and not Trey Harris. This is good placement, but they just call offensive pass interference. Again, you saw it in this game because the way they got aggressive with their man coverage is we're gonna RPO and we're gonna get vertical, and we're gonna throw back shoulders and we're gonna throw deep passes on the RPO game, and that's what Dart does here. I mean, great placement on a back shoulder, right? Throw it away to the sideline, allows the receiver to get it and then turn the ball and protect it. I mean, that's how you want to throw back shoulder. They just end up calling an offensive pass interference for it and ends up not counting. But this is a really good throw here for Jaxson Dart. Again, the camera does not pan the way that I want. So they run the ball a couple times, get down to the whatever, and then they do again. This is weird. This fade that they throw that only gets to the 1 yard line. I mean, they complete it. So good on them, but this is what they called up. Good throw by. Actually, you know what? I would prefer Dart to throw this a little back here. Allows the corner to make a play on it, but Trey Harris still makes the catch. They get down to the 1 yard line, and they end up pounding the ball in after a few attempts. So touchdown, Ole Miss. So let's get to the next drive now. Excuse me. Run the ball. First pass of the drive. Free access hitch at the bottom. Again, corner squatting on this a little bit, right? Corner's trying to trigger, make a play. But good placement, again, to the outside shoulder. Don't put it on the inside shoulder. Allow the corner to make the play. We're actually going to break down this free access hitch a little bit because of the way the corner played. Good placement. You don't gain a lot of yards on it because the corner's ready to play it. But I still got to go and deliver the throw, and that's what he does. Next play, we're going to get vertical. Down here at the bottom against Trey Harris. We're going to run a hitch and go versus cover 1. Make sure I'm at the... No, they had a couple run plays in a row, so let me skip forward to it. So hitch and go down here at the bottom to Trey Harris. You see Dart's eyes are stuck on this middle field safety, just holding him. I've always thought when the middle field safety, when the quarterback is looking directly at you, that you need to look to the sideline and see if there's any vertical, because that's where that quarterback's trying to go and keep you there. Like, you'll see it from the other angle. Like, eyes are just on this safety. Like, I've never understood why safety... Now, a lot of times they'll have a goes on both sides, and they're just reading the safety to make him pick a side. But I've never understood why a safety, when they have eyes just straight on him, like he has his eyes on you. Get to the sideline, right? You got some type of vertical going. Get to the sideline, because just playing in the middle of the field is not going to do you any good. But regardless, I'm not here to talk about the safety for Georgia Southern, who's never going to play in the NFL. We got the hitch and go, right? So again, Dart keeps his eyes. Bam. And solid placement, right? We're not leading him the way you want, but allows him to make a play. Get down there. Again, watch Dart's eyes. Watching that middle field safety. Nice play. They end up pounding it in for a rushing touchdown. Now we get the ball back. All right, I guess you could see the rushing touchdown as we fast forward through it. All right, so next play, we're going to run that play action Yankee crosser. We got the crosser right here. The deep post, we get it versus man coverage. Pretty simple. Crosser's open. Throw it. All right, you get this versus man coverage. So we are reading this safety. If this safety stays like he is, we throw the crosser again, and then the play action pulls these linebackers up, so they're not taking this away. So he plays the way he is. We're going to throw the crosser. If this safety had gotten aggressive and wanted to trigger down on this, then you throw the post like he did early in the game. They don't. Dart hits the crosser. Good accuracy. Nice chunk play for Ole Miss and Jaxson Dart. Again, just reading this safety. Bam. Nice crosser play. Then, next play, we're going to get a touchdown. Actually, this is not the next play. Running play. Next passing play ends up being a touchdown. I don't know what happened to the camera in the fourth quarter. But we're going to run that Mills concept, right? We got the in and then the post. Touchdown over the safety's head. So you'll see Dart starts the play by trying to move this defense to the left a bit. Like we check there, but we really know where we're going. We're going on this post. Well, you'll have a better angle. But this is a ballsy throw because this safety does not declare, right? And if this safety plays this a little more aggressively, he may get himself, his hands on the football. You'll see it better from this angle. Like that shoulder hitch, we're not really actually looking at that. We're just trying to move the defense and create space in the middle of the field. I'll be honest. If you paused the play right here and told me where to go, I'm throwing the dig. Right? That is a big part of the Mills concept, is throwing the dig. You can't throw the post every time. Right? This is exactly where I'm going. This safety is playing the deep quarter. But he gets aggressive and gets a touchdown. But this safety, not a great play by the safety. I know we've talked a lot about this Georgia Southern safety, but that's a ballsy throw. He pulls it off, good accuracy, touchdown. Go celebrate it. Don't apologize for it. But boy, that's a hell of a decision and a throw there. All right, let's finish it off. This play, then an interception, and then his final play of the game. This play, Ole Miss getting greedy, trying to trick this Georgia Southern defense, ends up not working out for them. But you can see, watch the tight end, the way he works out, like he's blocking, and then you have the running back in the swing. Right? They're trying to get these players to pull up and then get a free pass right here. Number 4, though, plays is pretty smart. And I don't know if this pump was enough. The number 4 wasn't even watching the pump. Dart still throws it. Misses high. So if you want to miss anywhere, you want to miss high there. But that just was never turning into anything. And then next play is an interception. Right read on this, right? So it's not a bad decision. And let me fast forward until we get it. Okay, so it's that play action Yankee we talked about, right? Let me move this. So we're going to have this deep post and then the over. We're reading this safety versus cover 3. We make the correct read. It's just a bad throw. All right, so let's go through the read again. Play action. We are reading this safety. If this safety bites to take the over, we throw the post. If he stays deep, then we throw this over right here to this receiver, even though this player does a good job covering it. If he does a good job covering it, then we check it down here. But regardless, it doesn't. So we throw the post, right? Right decision. And this is a ball that just dies out on him, right? It's about 50 air yards from, 26 to also the 26, so about 48 air yards. And this ball just dies out, right? We got Juice Wells put this ball out here. Instead, it lands underneath. It allows the corner to get back into play and make the interception, right? And specifically on this throw, at this point, you know that you're not throwing the over. Get your feet realigned, right? We're not throwing a dig here. Get your feet aligned, right? And really drive your whole body into that throw. Instead, it dies out, ends up being an interception. And then final pass of the game for Jaxson Dart, or actually doesn't even be a pass. Final play for him is that it's not even I don't know what the concept is, but it's up top. You have the hitch, fade, dig, and then curl at the bottom. 2x2 set. I don't know, for some reason we just don't hit the dig on this, right? We get this versus man coverage, right? We get this versus man coverage, cover 2 man, right? So you have the 2 safeties deep. So once you pull the running back this way, you get the middle of the field is taken care of. And I understand the eagerness to see this and want to run up through it, but we have the dig, right? Throw the dig. Let's pump up the passing stats a little bit here, right? This is open 20 times out of 20. Throw this ball instead. For some reason, we just don't look at that. We're looking to get the curl. We end up running again, 17-yard run. Maybe go down as you're kicking the shit out of this team. But that's a video. Again, we're getting into the SEC games next. How about that, Kentucky? So excited for next week. Check out all the ones that are out there. We're through 4 games. A lot of fun stuff. Starting to see a little bit of warts in some of the games, but some good stuff. Appreciate you guys. We will see you guys next week for the film breakdowns. We'll have podcasts and stuff out before then. So we'll see you then. Until then, let's go Big Blue.